Alright, and welcome back to the Vanquish Let's Play. I'm McKilligan, and I got two new guests with me today. I've got Jossie Rossi.
Hello.
And Bean Brew.
Hi there.
Alright, so I edited out me running around and picking up a bunch of weapons and stuff from the last video. And so we're just going to progress straight to the next area.
Oh, it's Burns.
I love Burns.
He's my favorite.
Burns.
Gray Fox 1-5, can you get us to that central building?
Negative, Bravo 6 actual. The central building's in the colony center ring. We just can't get a transport ship in there.
Why not?
An installation on Grand Hills using a directional transmitter to jam all our frequencies. Our nav systems won't work between the northern and central rings.
Then find a way that doesn't use your navigation systems.
There is no other way apart from walking up to that jamming transmitter and turning it off, sir.
Fine, Gray Fox 1-5. Then what's the sit rep on enemy force strength?
Not positive on that.
I just noticed how disorienting that Burns' little portrait, his mouth moves, but his models doesn't.
Yeah, the character models' mouths don't move at all.
Bravo
except in cutscenes.
Through Gold 5, encountering resistance on Grand Hill. Casualties.
It's kind of interesting because it looks like it's actually modeled in that little little portrait there.
Strength, over. Fuck.
Not inspiring confidence here, Burns.
We need to take that damn hill.
Is it strategically important?
I don't think they've lip synced it. I think they just kind of get it pretty close.
No pussyfooting up here, ladies. We run out and we take them down.
If you say things like cantaloupe watermelon, it looks like you're talking.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what they did. Well, there's another neat feature to this game that a lot of people don't really use that much, but all of the audio in the game was recorded in several languages. So at any time you can switch it to, and I died a shit ton there, so I had to edit those out. Sorry. But at any given time you can switch the audio to French, German, Italian, Spanish, Japanese, and so all the little lip syncing there has to apply to all of those.
Can you? So you can do that in any copy of the game? Like it's localized, but they don't sell unique copies. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, actually, in a later video, I play around with the languages a little bit because French Sam Gideon and French Burns are pretty badass. Yeah, and I hadn't actually called attention to the MOAs before, but yeah, they're called MOAs, and we know what they do.
If it was easy, we'd have already done it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty interesting whenever you just switch languages and hear how the different voice actors interpret the character differently.
Oh yeah, the Spanish one is like, really throws me off because Sam sounds like this like refined, suave, like Spanish noble.
Imagining Burns would be like, Sam, I love you, izquierda.
That's pretty much it. I'm just waiting for this, you can't, it's hard to see, but that green crate thing is slowly opening, and it's got a couple rocket launchers on it that I want to take out.
Up on the left?
Yeah. There's a few gorgies at the bottom as well. They all go down pretty easy, so it's not too difficult.
I absolutely love all the details in this game. Like, the first video, it took me quite a while to acclimatize to it, just because there was so much stuff going on. I literally was like, I don't know who I was supposed to follow yet at that point.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why this game has so much replay value, because every time I play through it again, I notice there's something happening around me that I have never seen before because I'm so focused on killing shit. Anytime I look around, I'm just like trying to see like what my next target is. I'm not looking at like the background of the environments or the animations.
Sorry, I'm distracted by all the pretty explosions.
Yeah, we all are.
Vanquish does like these little war scenes really well. It actually feels like there's just stuff going on everywhere.
Oh yeah. Well, in one of the dev blogs from when the game was in development, one of the guys who wrote a little article was the guy whose entire job is making the explosions and the bullets and the debris.
That is the best job ever.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So this whole place seems really like designed for human occupation. Is there supposed to be people, or is it always robots?
That's just kind of like one of those weird little oversights in the game. Like, the game was designed just to have, like, we need a guy fighting a shit ton of robots and stuff. But they decided that the setting was going to be this, like, big space colony, which is designed like a huge, you know, city. So
Yeah.
all of these robots, they're invaders, you know, they're bad Russians or whatever. But you'll notice there's never, ever any civilians in here, which is kind of dark when you think about it.
Yeah, I was kind of under the impression almost that the robots were supposed to be there, and that like some crazy guy had just, you know, basically co-opted their programming.
No, they're they're invaders. I mean, when you see them like teleporting in, there's that like big Russian fleet in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot
yeah.
of robots to just get on that.
It's like one of those things when you think about it, it's pretty dark, but I don't think the game designers really meant to intend genocide, except against San Franciscans.
Yeah, there's a little. I think there'd be like, it would be cool if like the oceans were just like bright red. There's like these
Evangelion?
seas of blood.
Oh yeah. Well, not so much.
Like, the corpse fields. They look so nice this time of year.
I love punching robots. There's a little Pangloss statue in the corner that I got in an earlier run. That's kind of an interesting thing about the game is every Pangloss statue that you get will always be got, even if you replay the game again.
Thank God, considering how hidden some of them were. Like,
yeah, I just don't care enough to get them. And then again, like I said before, there's no reward for getting all of them. You get an achievement, but that's it.
I remember I played a little bit of Vanquish, and the first time I found one, I just kept shooting it because I had no idea what it was supposed to do.
No, it does
Just
nothing.
there.
It makes a funny
looks
noise.
out of place. Kill it. What is it?
Well, considering the only means of interacting with pretty much everything in the game is to kill it, it's not an unreasonable response. I love Sam's weird little break dance move he does when he stops boosting.
All of the animations, they're so insanely smooth. Like, and they're like generally really interesting.
Yeah.
Like I do like the when he slides on his legs backwards, like, going into like slow down to shoot stuff. I really like that one.
Honestly, all of the animations in regard to this suit are incredible. I can just like
The gun-
watch his suit do different stuff all day.
Yeah, the gun changing ones are nice too. Where the gun just reassembles itself into whatever weapon it's supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah. I'm just like running around trying to collect weapons here.
You'd think they
That's a
could
good
fit a
excuse
little
to
more
slide.
like memory on that suit though, for more than 3 guns. Just like get an SD card on there or something.
That would be nice, but it would mess with the gameplay a little bit. And I also love the shotgun.
Yeah, I saw what it did to that tank in the last episode. It just tore it apart.
In a later video, I get it up to level 10, and there's nothing that can withstand it. It's ridiculous. I mean, the only drawback is that it's only useful at very close ranges. But anything that gets within that range is dead.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be like if you go up, you melee something to kill it, and then whip out the shotgun to take out anything else close enough to you.
I like to do the opposite. I like to shotgun it first and finish it with a melee, because that looks cooler.
Vanquish also does give you the slide, which makes it really easy to close into.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorite things about the game.
Showing movement.
I was really surprised at how long they let you do the slide boost for. Like, because initially I was like, oh, that seems incredibly powerful. They probably only let you do it for half a second. And now you can apparently just zoom around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's only really useful for like mobilizing around.
You need to use the control panel in the building to the right of the gate.
It's a really good compromise for having these really large environments.
Well, and the thing with the boost as well is the boost and the slow-mo meter share the same meter. So if you use one, you're not going to be able to use the other. Or you'll have less of the other. So you can boost really close to an enemy, but if you tried to use the slow-mo right when you get to him, you're only going to have like a half second of it. I'm just looking at the environment here because damn.
Yeah, that is spectacular.
I love like the weird sort of bicycle spoke structure that this thing has.
I wonder if that would actually be really useful. I mean, I'm assuming it's holding it together instead of keeping it from falling in on itself.
Yeah, well, I mean, the station probably uses like centripetal force as a fake gravity or something.
Yeah.
Now they did a lot of research when it comes to some of the sci-fi aspects of this game. Some of them. But like I said with the logo, that's the Q in Vanquish is a reference to the Lagrange points, which are these weird little bits of gravitational equilibrium between larger bodies. I didn't know that.
I did not pick up on that at all.
Well, I mentioned it in the first video, but I really hate
is it ever? Oh, is it ever specifically stated that this is in a Lagrange point, or?
Oh, it's not important to anything at all. It's just a weird little detail that they made.
I'll take this.
Hey, maybe all the people are in those buildings over there. Something.
Maybe. Sure. All the people are safe and sound. They're just staying inside.
They're taking
on their PS 10 millions or whatever.
Going to have to blow that.
They're very tired.
We're gonna need some heavy explosives. Demo team up front. Everyone else provide fire support.
Yeah, I think I murder a Marine up here by accident. Oh, yeah. The annoying thing about the lock-on launcher is it fires directly upwards, and so there's a lot of stuff that can get in the way.
Has a warning, do not use indoors.
Well, it just won't work on the enemies. Yeah, there we go. There. Sorry.
Oh, no.
He's surrounded by robots, and his silhouette wasn't different enough.
He had just finished killing a robot. Probably
okay, but
the only
you know
Marine
what?
to have done
I think
so.
that robot that exploded next to him, I think that's what finished him. Not me.
Yeah,
I'm not responsible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like you know, when people are executed, the one guy without the bullet. It was everyone else.
That was it. Yeah.
I actually feel like, despite how colorful some like the gorgies are, I do feel like Vanquish, partly just because it's so big, but also because it's so visually busy, it can be hard to see what's going on and where the enemies are and things like that. Sometimes.
Oh yeah. Well, they pop out a little bit more in slow motion, and the targets and everything as well. And remember, in earlier versions of the game, the gorgies were white.
You need to get away from that.
Yeah, I can see how that wouldn't work out very well, considering most of the game is brightly colored.
Go!
Yeah, the fight coming up is like one of my favorite action segments in the game.
You know, this would be a lot easier if they just got into a flying ship and just bypassed all of this running around on the ground stuff.
You've seen what happens to the flying ships in this game. They are made of tissue paper.
Maybe Sam could use his suit to, like, boost over everything.
Well, they mentioned in one of the little comm calls when we were going up that big elevator, they said, like, we can't get ships in because they're blocking our navigational what's-its, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's what he was going on about. He sounded like he was whining like a nanny, so I kind of stopped paying attention.
Actually, once we take down this next section, then we actually do get in a transport ship.
Oh. I really like it when plot is consistent.
Yeah. You know, for a game like this, the plot is not that bad. Or at least the actions that everyone does usually make sense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but I appreciate it when at least there's a reason why you're going from point A to point B.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the fucking pilot of this thing, but the stupid lock-on launcher always trails behind it, so it just killed everything behind him. I really wish I'd brought a sniper rifle here.
The one ship that isn't made of tissue paper.
Yeah, and he angled away so I couldn't quite see the pilot there. There we go.
He's just taunting you.
Yeah, he's being a dick. He's not even doing anything, but you can't really progress until you... No, I think you can ignore these guys if you want to. But, I mean, what am I going to do? Not blow something up?
Sam isn't one to let enemies live.
Yeah. Well, they're robots. You could... It's arguable as to whether they're alive, but... There we go. Took me long enough. Oh, but there's another.
You just ruined someone's apartment building. For all those people who are living there, you know.
I think that's like the least of their problems.
This is a Mass Effect elevator.
Well, not really, because this one only lasts 3 seconds.
Oh, that wasn't bad at all. I was expecting a conversation.
Yeah, and there's another death edit here.
Head to the left of that KNRP-0.
Right.
Oh, and you guys, I haven't uploaded the other videos yet, but that will be the 4th KNRB-0 that we see.
Oh, wow.
And it won't be the last either. And that's pretty cool.
Holy shit.
That was awesome.
Yeah, this is one of those hills where there's just an absurd amount of enemies. And yeah, honestly, the disc launcher is not that great. Like, the melee is fantastic, but unless you get a headshot with the blade, it won't kill even a basic gorgie.
Are these chunks of concrete? Can they kill you? Like that are
yeah, they
down the
can.
hill?
That's why there's so much cover on the level.
Oh, wow.
Another piece coming down.
I love that melee attack.
Oh, you'll see a lot more of it coming up.
So good.
See, like, you'd expect that to kill at least one of them. Oh, this section's not too hard, but you just have to make sure you're killing all the gorgies as they come, otherwise they'll flank the hell out of you.
Was Burns just in the path of that rock?
Man, Burns does not give a shit.
With how many gorgies there are and the falling debris, would you say you're fighting an uphill battle?
Absolutely. And something's dropping rockets on the Argus, I guess. I don't know what. See, there we go. Finally got a headshot. Ooh.
Doesn't look like he liked that.
Oh, took one of those guys out. I do want to just kill some things with this, but it's... Look at this. I mean, that was like 5 shots and 3 kills, so... Not very
Do you have any control on where it goes, or is it homing, or is it just random?
Once you launch it, it kind of does its own thing. I mean, if you're aiming at the head, it will hit the head, but it does its own thing.
Yeah, I could see that. That seems really frustrating. Just even watching it, it seems very just flighty almost.
It is useful on some groups because it will seek out other targets after the first, so it'll hit multiple things. It just won't kill them.
Yeah, so if you're in a small room and there's like 5 enemies, like doing a couple shots real quick, it might do some damage.
Yeah, it's super situational though. Oh, there's a Pangloss statue.
Ooh. Hello. How's it go? Oh god.
He was just enjoying the view.
Yeah.
You had to go push him off.
Oh, I think he's still there, actually. I think he just bounced high up into the air. I don't know if I go back to check, though. I totally did not need to throw that grenade. And it didn't even kill him. Oh, that's one of the... I forget, the gorgie USRs. Those are the tougher ones.
So you said that you can upgrade the grenades. Do they get anything special? I know that the weapons, it's mostly just like percent damage and things.
You can carry more of them, and I think at the last level, I think their radius gets bigger.
We don't have time for this. Fly that thing down its throat.
Okay, I'll activate the engine and have Elena handle the rest. Elena, can you hijack this thing remotely?
Negative. The jamming signal is encrypted.
Damn. Guess this one's up to me.
Sam, what are you doing?
Watch and learn.
It makes a certain amount of sense when you think about it.
But he's already destroyed 3 of them.
Oh yeah, but this is faster, I guess?
I'll give him that.
Gonna hurt!
Can't argue with results.
I'm getting good at this falling out of transports thing, don't you think?
Aww.
Buddies.
More like getting good at looking like an asshole.
I think he's warming up to you.
Yeah. In his gruff way.
I still can't get over his voice. This is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know who the voice actor for Sam is, but I mean he sounds like Steve Bloom.
Reinforcements are on their way to...
He kind of does. I do know that
Siren signal jamming.
Yeah, Burns is
other
Steve
guy.
Bloom,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We need to blow this piece of shit up.
he could have easily done both voices. There wasn't there a game where Steve Bloom literally did that, where he's like talking to himself?
There's been more than one. he's done that on a couple occasions.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I think I heard about there being a conversation in one game where it was Steve Bloom talking to Steve Bloom until Steve Bloom
No, I think that's Nolan
orders.
North.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's definitely done that as well.
Wouldn't surprise me if that they both have.
Yeah, Nolan North is a little better with varying his voice up. Steve Bloom typically will sound like Steve Bloom no matter what he's doing.
Yeah, well, Burns is like deep, super gruff Steve Bloom.
He sounds
vary
like
it a little
he's
bit.
drowning while shoving cigars down his throat.
Drowning in an ocean of gravel. Anyway, this is my favorite combat segment in the game, or one of them. Like, they just keep on ramping up what they throw at you. Like, it started off with a nice big wave of gorgies, and then... I fucking hate turrets.
They
can
love
only-
you.
Oh, that they do.
Hey, we've got one of the hatches opening up.
What is that thing firing missiles in back? Or rockets?
Maybe him? Ah, God, I love kicking robots.
This is so awesome.
It never gets old. Oh, we're gonna do it again.
It's like, yes, keep sending them at me.
Never stop. Never don't be punching robots. Oh, I killed him with bullets. Damn it. I'm disappointed in myself.
Lame.
But we have an opportunity to redeem ourselves. I was just seeing how much damage the grenades do to these things. Not a whole lot.
It almost looked like it healed him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get closer than that. There we go.
Yes.
I punched my way straight through him. Yeah, this is the Bia.
What the hell is
And another death edit there.
NATO codename is Bia. Don't know shit other than that.
Some things are better left unsaid.
He's got a lot of attacks, but he's only really dangerous up close.
So he's got 2 forms, kind of like
Yeah, he's got a walkie form and a cat form. And these are kind of strange. They don't like seek you out to blow up. They just follow you and shoot you. But they like their shots hurt a lot, and they will like overheat your suit. So while you're dealing with the missiles, he'll sneak up and like shove his axe up your ass.
His axe that
nice.
fires rockets.
Yeah, for some reason my missile launcher's not locking on there.
Does he have standard weak points, like, you know, glowy face sort of deal?
Not really. And you'll notice there's a bunch of Marines that just keep falling out of the sky. The thing behind you is literally like shooting transport down, so it's raining men.
Hallelujah.
There's another.
I imagine that Burns is watching that just laughing maniacally.
there's another. Well, anyway, you know my stance on robots. Don't be punching robots. Except when they slice you. But yeah, you just gotta cold clock them in the right place.
Awesome.
This is gonna be fun.
I know this is only like half the fight.
It'll do.
Just trying to decide what I want to take to the next one.
I was kind of hoping to a small degree that like the entire platform would actually raise up, and then you'd just have a bigger fight, and then, you know, later on like that would raise up and be a bigger fight.
Well,
do you have to fight that thing?
yep.
Okay.
There's nothing in this game that you don't have to fight. If it moves, we probably have to blow it up.
Even made flying merry-go-rounds.
You're welcome to take a ride.
That would be the jamming transmitter.
I just scanned it quickly. You won't be able to take that installation down with standard fire.
But guess what we're going to do exactly?
Better take it down, or our reinforcements aren't coming! Bravo, aim for that red core! Don't stop shooting till you're out of ammo!
Yeah, so like all video game bits, just aim for the glowy red thing. But they keep on sending more and more stuff at you while you do, so...
Concentrate your fire, damn it!
Whoa, what was that?
That's the LFE gun. Yeah, you guys haven't seen it yet. It's in an earlier video. But, yeah, it doesn't do much damage, but it will fuck these guys up.
Just rolls them into a ball in the corner?
Yeah, Gorgie bowling. No, sorry, Romanov bowling. But you can see it's not doing a whole lot of damage. I missed with the grenades too, but...
This is starting to just starting to be just mean.
I do not give a shit.
That they walk forward in with the mace thing raised up is just so weird looking.
Yeah, well, yeah, you guys haven't seen these. These guys have a flamethrower and a big ass mace. The flamethrower will instantly overheat your suit, and the mace will kill the shit out of you. But they're not very fast, so they're only dangerous at very close range.
They aren't reinforcements if they all fuck!
So when you inevitably have to punch them to death.
And of course.
Think we can shoot at on that day. Find it and concentrate!
And that's the one that got past me. So pretty much there'll be a wave of enemies, and then you get to focus on this thing.
Oh.
Yeah, and you want to try and avoid that. I try out the sniper rifle, but the sniper rifle really does kind of suck in most cases.
That's a very sturdy cargo container.
Well, they make them good out in space.
Yeah. They blow up quite nicely, too.
That was a lot more fragile than I was expecting.
Yeah, these are A2 spheres. You guys haven't seen them, but again, they're in an earlier video. When they're in their little sphere form, they're almost invulnerable, but their insides are pretty weak.
You're the fucking cannon! They aren't reinforced!
So just wait until they open, then just shoot them.
So they're pretty much those shield droid thingies from Star Wars. That was... Can you do that when they're always in a circle? Like when they're in sphere form?
I think anytime you throw them, they automatically turn into a ball.
Okay. Looked like you just punted it like a soccer ball.
Well, I did. And it was
So
awesome.
you've got sphere soccer and Romanov bowling.
Yeah, it's track and field day. And now they send a nice big wave of gorgies at you. That's what happens if they succeed in grappling you. You get to be a badass.
It doesn't seem like much of a punishment.
It's not. Most of the enemy grapples in this game just give you an opportunity to do something cool.
I think you should try to hug everything now.
Well, I can't start it. I can only let them, like, get to me. And you don't want to let them live, because they will. I mean, even gorgies are pretty strong if they get a solid burst on you.
I take it this is going to be a rule of 3 boss.
Yep. Yet another one.
We can't let them take out any more Marines! Shit!
Thanks, Sam. Well put.
Yeah, the purple laser's not too hard to avoid if you're paying attention and not trying to collect weapons. And the heavy machine gun is usually the best thing to take these things down.
Yeah, heavy machine gun just seems to have, like, just amazing versatility.
It does. It's got one of the best, like, DPS in the game. I don't know why I'm using the lock-on laser here. It's really not very strong at all.
So pretty!
It is. It's great against gorgies, but it's shit against most other things.
Find it! Concentrate fire!
Burns just tried to give you a big ol' hug there.
Now Burns just tanked that giant laser shot. That's an instant death for you. But not for Steve Bloom. Another grapple.
I love how in some episodes Burns is just like, I don't really want to go out there and help my fellow soldiers, and it's just he won't die. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, and this is when you get to use the buzzsaw on the Romanovs. You can just stun lock them and cut them to pieces.
Are bits and pieces of him actually, like, tearing off?
I chopped his leg off, and the rest I think it just affects.
I like how Sam just, when they're on the ground, just clips straight into their body.
I'm learning so much today.
Yeah, Sam is not a nice man.
Concentrate your fire, damn it!
Yeah, you clip right into the middle of him.
Sorry, Burns during slowdown is just a little too much.
I think this is the last core. But yeah, this thing just keeps on, like, changing up its attacks. Like, I think it'll stop sending out robots, but it sends out some giant missiles.
Seems like a little bit overkill for a design on a jamming machine.
Yeah, I'm wondering why this thing was even here. This is not like a military installation. I mean, this was an energy transmitter back to the States.
I guess they were really, really paranoid.
I guess so. Yeah, there's an upgrade over there, but the cutscene
No
triggers right here. So yeah, usually the game's really good about letting you collect all the things, all the spoils of war, but not always. I've also had upgrades drop from enemies that spawned in areas that you can't access.
Ugh, that's just mean.
Yeah, it's the downside of having the random drops.
The signal's no.
Wait, it didn't explode.
Well done.
I just kind of wrecked.
Get these troop transports on the ground and head for the central building!
This is kind of a letdown.
Yeah. We are inside of a space station, though, so, you know, large explosions typically don't go so well with it.
So much for your ride on the merry-go-round, son.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, and that's just about the end of this video, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.